Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. One call does it all. Make the call for legal help, for legal representation. They make the process simple and straightforward for you. Get a team of experts behind you when you need legal help. They do a great job. Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. I want to remind you, coming up today on Overtime, follow me on Twitter at SportsSourceTV, and I will tell you when we're going to be talking about staff changes. We're going to talk more about, we didn't have a lot of time here, so we're going to talk more about Tennessee football staff changes that could be coming. That will be on SportsSource.tv this afternoon, probably about 4 o'clock by the time I get that thing posted. Before we go through some of the last things here in this segment, I want to send out our wishes, thoughts, prayers to Bobby Scott, our family member, VFL, having health issues this weekend, having some surgery today. And I know that all these guys feel the same. Yep. And I certainly know that every Vol fan out there feels the same as we do, and we wish Bobby the best. And all of you out there, say a prayer for our good friend, old number 10, today. Want to move along and ask who here saw the 60-minute sports on Showtime this week on Donnie Tyndall.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yikes.
It was unbelievable to the point where you couldn't believe him.
Yeah.
He just, I watched and I'm like, no. And Army Cotillion, who was interviewing him, finally just said, you have an answer for everything, don't you? It just really made Donnie Tyndall look bad.
It did. And the thing is, Army Cotillion has written a couple of books that are anti-NCAA. So when he kind of comes out on the NCAA side a little bit, you've done your work. You looked at that and you think to yourself, one, how did Dave Hart hire him? What was your due diligence? Obviously, there wasn't any. Two, unless it was just, did you do this at Morehead State? Nah, I didn't do it. Oh, okay, we're good. And then two, how lucky Tennessee was that the stuff at Southern Miss came out when it did. Because this guy cheated and got caught at Morehead. He cheated and got caught at Southern Miss. There's no doubt in my mind stuff was going to go on at Tennessee. And Tennessee is the last thing you need. So wish him well in life. Hope he rebounds. But, boy, Tennessee got lucky.
He's assistant coach at NBDL.
Toronto, I think, is where he is.
Somewhere in Canada.
All right. Alabama, Clemson play for the national title tomorrow. Anybody here take Clemson over the now Lane Kiffinless Alabama? Crimson Tide.
I'm going to take Clemson.
Takes Clemson to win. Anybody else?
I'm sticking with Alabama, but I'm very open-minded about Clemson winning. I would not be shocked.
I feel better about Clemson than I would have 2 weeks ago. After watching the Washington game and then Kiffin out, I think Bama's a little shaky.
And if ever a game could come down to turnovers, which Clemson seems to have a problem with, if they can limit those, because we know what Alabama does, they feed off turnovers and score.
Their fantastic quarterback has 30 interceptions the last 2 years.
Yes.
15 each of the last 2 years. So as great as he is, he turns it over.
I don't see a lot of scoring, though, like a year ago.
45-40.
Yeah, I don't see that. All
right, let me put something up here. I thought this was interesting. Speaking of the Clemson game, all right, which of these could keep or fire these coaches? After when they took over the job, the 5 previous seasons, Coach X, that team was bowl eligible 5 times. Coach Y's team was only eligible 2 times. Overall record after the first 4 years, one was 29-19, the other one 30-21. Bowl record, one was 1-3, the other one was 3-0. Their 4th year record, one was 10-4, one was 9-4. You fire those guys, you keep those guys. Because if you fired them, then you just fired
I'd keep him.
Dabo Swinney. And that's Butch Jones comparing him to, look, I don't know that Butch Jones is going to be the next Dabo Swinney, but I will just say this. After his 4th year, people at Clemson were saying about Swinney what people at Tennessee are saying about Jones right now. He can't win a championship. We got to move on. He can only get you to a certain level. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't know. You know, and I just thought that was interesting, that comparison. Guys, thank you all for being in here. We will see you on Overtime this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to all our sponsors. See you next Sunday at 11 on the Sports Source. Our wishes and best thoughts to Bobby Scott.
The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame. Shadow boxes come with a lifetime guarantee.